going to Athens is huge. Well, of course, open up for AC/DC was huge. After Bite the Bullet album, we lots of things happened, and to hear Bullet on radio was quite strange, but fun.
New lands and cities are really fun for me. I think that's if you haven't been there, it's a big step always. I love to be on a new place.
Getting better and better bass players. It's the main reason. And yeah, drinking more and more beer. Seems like it's people have been waiting for a Bullet bar for a long time because it's been pretty crowded since we opened. So yeah, it's very simple. It's heavy metal, beer, and hot dogs. That's about it. And a lot of spikes. There's spikes all over the walls. Big. And guitars. And motorcycles.
I would say that it's a fulfilling album.
Good songs, but we have time.
It was like a strange period in the band, and we had like a member quitting afterwards, and I guess that was kind of some vibe going on in the band at the time that just for me, I can just hear it in the songwriting and the production and everything, and it's strange because that was the album that we had like the biggest budget for, like maybe twice as the budget that we had on the Dust to Gold album. For every album, you're always aiming for the same thing in a way, but then just circumstances makes a lot of it in the end, I think. And I guess that was maybe a reason why the last two studio albums has been very good, because I don't know, we had a great producer for those albums, and the vibe in the band has been really cool. So that, I guess, that just shows in a way. You know, you always aim this high, and just sometimes you go here and there. It just happens. It's not many moments that are not Spinal Tap moments. Actually, this is like, if you do this thing, it's pretty much Spinal Tap is actually a documentary. It's not a funny movie at all, actually. It's just how it is.
Last gig we did, we were supposed to. The intro was playing, and then all were on stage, but
I was taking a leak in the backstage toilet, so I ran all I could to make it. Time in Finland, actually, we had a really long sauna session when we were sitting like this super hot. We had a sauna in the backstage, so we were sitting in the sauna drinking beer for like 2 hours, and that was maybe the worst gig ever. That everybody was like kind of fainting the whole gig afterwards. That's a very sauna is better after the gig, not right before the gig. Just the gig in Sweden, we just did like this mini tour in Germany, and right afterwards we did a gig in Sweden, and we took the backdrop with us, and we were putting up the backdrops, and then suddenly we realized that the backdrop was a backdrop of this Indian band called Against Evil. And nobody know how that happens. I think mine was Guns N' Roses actually when I was 10.
Oh, I have no idea. I saw gas.
Oh, I think it was Scots whiskey at Scots local band and at the Ugosa Festival, and legendary band. Very good.
I can't also the gigs on Roskilde Festival in Denmark, 91. Made an Iggy Pop, I guess.
I think it was Scorpions when I was 10 or 11. Was a big thing. Really liked it.
Stay metal.